I have a shocking twist for you with this video recording. This is mostly for myself, but here's a shocking twist. I will not be singing. This is going to go on YouTube, possibly Tumblr, mostly for Tumblr, but hey, if you're on YouTube and you're a writer, you're gonna like this. This is mostly me ranting about how I don't want to kill off this character that I'm writing, since I'm writing a novel. It's about vampires, and no, it is not related to Twilight, and the vampires do not sparkle! Anyway, let's get started. So, the basic premise is that, there's this pack of 5 vampires. The main character's name is Alistair. He's the pack leader. Let's see. Then there's his wife, Nat, or Natalia, either way. And then they both had a son named Julius, who's about 17. He's the guy that I really don't want to kill off, because I love this guy. I love writing him. And then there's Colin and Duncan. And then they are a pack of vampires. The only 2 that were born vampires were Alistair and his son Julius. The rest, Alistair turned into vampires for his pack. And then this is like the second arc of the book. The first one dealt with this whole thing with like the Department of Paranormal Investigations or the Department of Paranormal Activities, whichever one you want. Either way, it's fine. And their leader's name is Thomas Warren, and he ends up being a supernatural creature as well, and I keep hinting towards it, but I'm pulling the carrot back, as some writer said, whose name escapes me. So keep putting information in. Boom! I'm not going to show you. Boom! Not going to show you. Anyway, I love doing that. It's so much fun to tease the readers. In my opinion at least, it brings readers in, makes them want more. And so anyway, here's my catch-22. So the thing is, the main character, Alistair, has been taken over by this vampiric disease known as the Rage. It happens when a vampire is either low on food, like starvation, or they get into a furious vampire battle. And in my interpretation, only fire or other vampires can kill a vampire. Or like higher forces like angels or demons can kill a vampire, but that's not going to be a factor here. So far, at least. Haha! Anyway, so my problem is that Alistair had gotten into a fight with a vampire so far unknown, have not revealed to the reader who that vampire that Alistair killed is. He went into a state of like huge emotional rage and eventually got struck with the disease, the Rage, which basically strips the creature of everything except its primal instincts. You come up to him, he'll most likely kill you. Vampires are at their most powerful when they're hit by the Rage, and basically will kill anyone who comes their way, are desperate for food and everything that pertains to survival. Many packs have been wiped out by the Rage, and so he has the Rage, and his pack is looking for him. Although there's a side effect of the Rage that I coined the Bleeding, or the Bleed, in which a vampire that the pack leader has turned will experience symptoms that the pack leader is experiencing once he's gotten the Rage. So Alistair starts to remember things he had blocked out, like he had gotten the Rage before, and he had a pack of thousands and ended up wiping almost all of them out. And then that bled into the pack with everyone except Julius. Since Julius was born as a vampire, he's not going to have those memories. He's not going to have any of his past blocked out or anything. So Natalia, his wife, remembers that before she was a vampire, she was actually the daughter of the antagonist Thomas Warren. And Alistair, basically, when she was 5, just basically to taunt Warren, he goes up to his home and says, "Hey, in a few years I'm going to be marrying your daughter." "Oh, that's alright." And then, like, he never likes to be called a vampire, so Warren makes the mistake of calling him a vampire for the first time, gives him the scar that he's famous for from here to here. And, Duncan and Colin are revealed to early work for the Department, Paranormal Activities / Investigations. They worked for them They put up an impressive fight, so Alistair's like, okay, I'm gonna turn you guys into vampires. You're gonna work for me now. So they're incapacitated. Meanwhile, Thomas Warren has finally found a way to track Alistair down. I'm in the middle of writing this because I don't want to kill this guy off. So what's happening is Alistair is in a morgue eating a bunch of bodies. Yeah, I'm not going to go into deep detail on that. So, and that's where Thomas finds him, and then he has this vampire advisor who, in the previous arc, was tricked by Alistair into fighting for him, and then was later captured by the department and forced to work for them. And he explains what the rage is, and that you shouldn't send your agents in, because if you do, they're basically fucked. So what he advises is that you send in the alpha agents, which is basically genetically enhanced agents that will probably kill him if they all swarm him at the same time. So it's a race for Julius, his son, to find him before the alpha agents does. So here's my options. We have option 1. The alpha agents find Alistair before Julius, they all rush him and they kill him, end of the book. I don't like that. Do you? I don't think so. Anyway, so we have option 2. Julius finds Alistair. Alistair being possessed by the rage. The two of them fight. Julius is taken over by the rage. Alistair, being of greater skill, ends up killing Julius. Still taken by the rage. He kills all. He probably let's see. Probably since he still has the rage, alpha agents come later. Boom, they kill him. I don't like that ending either. Do you? I didn't think so. Option 3. Julius finds Alistair before the alpha agents, and Alistair attacks him. He refuses to fight back because he doesn't want to be taken over by the rage. And the only way to stop the rage, which I have revealed earlier, is by so that it's not like it's a Chekhov's gun. Look it up if you don't know it. Is that it's this whole thing that if you present a loved one something that the vampire holds dear, eventually he will snap out of the rage. So basically, if Julius refuses to fight back and Alistair ends up killing his own son, most likely he's going to snap out of the rage. Oh my god, what have I done? Sweet Jesus, what have I done? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Love that song. So he'd have to wind up killing him, snap out of the rage, alpha agents arrive, him being the crafty little devil that I've made him into, ends up finding a crafty, trickstery way, not Loki trickster, but you know what I mean, way of like killing the alpha agents, and then getting back to his pack, which she's gonna have one pissed off wife. Because first she finds out, not only moments ago, that she is the daughter of the person that she has sworn to kill, but Alistair has also killed their son. She's going to be pissed off. That allows for character development. So, the problem I'm having is that I love Julius. This guy has been a really interesting character so far, and I love this guy. He's like 17 years old, and he kicks all kinds of ass. For example, he was going to his uncle, John Maximus, who's a werewolf, and basically just kind of waltzes in. Anyone who opposed him was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you now." He, Colin, and Duncan basically waltzed into department headquarters and just kind of killed anyone who got in their way, and to free Alistair. This was in chapter 1 of the book. He basically is like he has an authority about him, and he's just this character that I love to write. I feel like he has all these layers about him. I just hate to kill him off. My dad was saying, "Oh, why don't you pull a Gandalf or something and have him come back later?" And he's like, "No, that makes his death meaningless. Not that it wasn't meaningless with Gandalf, but it's just that I'm not at the point where I can achieve the works of Tolkien. I doubt many people alive, with the exception of a numbered few, are ready to achieve the status of Tolkien, and like I don't think I can effectively fake Julius's death and bring him back in a plausible way. That's my problem. I don't really know. Like, I feel like I should kill him, even though I don't want to. But like, I love the character. It's like I'm not sure. This is like one of the most painful things about being a writer. It's happened to me once or twice before. I'm not sure if anyone else feels this way. But I love this character so much. Oh my god! It's like I've created him, and I've crafted him for a long time. Spent a long time plotting everything and creating everything into this character, putting my very soul into it. And now I'm getting into a writing tangent. I'll kind of back off with that. But the point is, I really like this guy, but I have to kill him. And I don't think I can bring him back in any way that seems plausible or makes his death meaningless. Because he has to die. Like, literally die. Because vampires, the senses of a vampire are really acute. So if his heart is beating even slightly, if he's in some kind of coma state, Alistair will hear that heartbeat. He will since he's possessed by the rage, he will continue to beat him until he is dead, until he snaps out of the rage. Plus, the other thing that why I feel like I have to kill him off is that I don't want him to be a Mary Sue. I don't want it's like, oh my goodness, this is such a happy ending. No, I don't want that. If this is a book with like action, not sure if that really describes it well, but this book, there needs to be some kind of death to make it meaningful. That this is actually a threat. To make someone seem like a threat, or this disease to be a threat, someone needs to die. Not just a red shirt. But that, again, look it up if you don't know it. I doubt anyone here does not know what a red shirt is. So, that's basically my rant. I'd love some feedback. I really love this guy, and I'm at this point in the book where it's like, oh my god, the next scene decides whether he lives or dies. I'm kind of stalling on writing it, because I really want this Julius to live, but there's no other option. It's a whole catch-22, and boom! No idea what to do. And that's kind of why I just am posting this, looking for feedback. So that's about it. And I'm really, really stuck here. I love this character. Julius is just so much fun to write, but sadly, he shall not see the light of day. Anyway, writer problems. Signing off.